القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
As-salatu was-salam ala Rasulillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear listeners. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Welcome back, dear listeners. We're doing a Ramadan special for Connect with the Quran. And as we all know that the Quran and Ramadan have a very close connection. It's in Surah Baqarah. The only time Ramadan is the month of the Quran, and that's why we do want to engage much more reading of the Quran at every level. But it's not there to stress you, I didn't finish a Quran the way everybody else manages to do it. No, here in this beautiful surah that we just listened to is Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. What is it? What do you know that what is this Laylatul Qadr? Laylatul Qadr is better than what will make you know what it is. When Allah repeats وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا, it's like re-emphasizing, it's like retelling you that it's something. What on earth is going to tell you what it is? It comes in elsewhere too when we will do Surah Al-Qari'atu Mal-Qari'a وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا-Al-Qari'a. What do you know? What is it? So here this is an ayah 2, it starts with Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. What is it? That Allah sent on the night of Qadr, we sent it down, Inna anzalnahu. And so from that, Inna anzalnahu, the who we know is for the Quran. And the beautiful thing of the Quran is that it was on the Lawh Mahfuz, on the highest of the heavens by Allah, and this unblock as a revelation came to the lowest heavens. That's how we are known for it to happen. So that coming down in one shot was what happened in the night of Laylatul Qadr. Then from that heaven, coming down to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam over a period of 23 years was nazala. So it's from the same root about revelation, about coming down, but this is the beauty of the Arabic grammar of wanting to know it. But so make the intention in this Ramadan, for maybe after Ramadan, we're not going to learn Arabic in one day, but to have this love for it. They say that Allah sent the Quran down through His best, Jibril Amin, the best of the angels. He sent it to the best of the people. He sent it in the best of the month, in Ramadan, in the best of the night, in the month of Laylatul Qadr. And we as the Ummah, as the people who hold on to the Quran, we are also the best Ummah if we fulfill these things, and so on. So that was just in the side I just picked up somewhere. But Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. It's better than 1,000 months. And then some people calculate how many does that mean? Does it become to be 80? One night is better than 80 years of worship. That may be whatever it is. If that helps you be motivated, by all means. But here I want you to give it for you to try and memorize it. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. Laylatul qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. Wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. Laylatul qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. And what happens on this night? Tanazzalul malaikatu ruhu fiha bi idni rabbihim min kulli amr. And the angels and the spirit, they descend with the permission of their Rabb. وَالْرُوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِ, with the izn of their Rabb, min kulli amr, with all the commands and whatever they bring down. And it ends with Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. So it's still till Fajr time. That's why we say, and this is on Laylatul Qadr specifically, it's telling you, but this applies to every day of your night. So inshallah, if we can up even after Ramadan, if we've had enough practice, because we get up for suhoor, just before suhoor, if we get up, we get to read out the Tahajjud Salah and the nightly prayer, and this is all the time when it says in the Quran that that's when the angels are down, they're sending blessings on us, they're taking our messages up, our du'as up to the heaven, and this happens anytime. So elsewhere also it says in Surah Isra, if I'm not mistaken, I won't be able to read it off by heart just now, so I won't do that, but this is the beauty of the night vigil. And just for you, you know, we did a course on trying to do hifz in as little as 56 days. And what they said is that you hold the Quran upright, and the best time to read and memorize is in the past middle of the night. In fact, they say if you sleep just after Isha, let's say 9 to midnight, 1 hour of sleep is equals to 3 hours of rest. And from midnight to whatever certain time, 2 or 3 o'clock, it was 1 hour of sleep. If you're sleeping then, it just means 1 hour of rest. And then if you sleep past the time of Fajr, and in the daytime, it means 3 hours of sleep equals 1 hour of rest. So obviously the best time to capitalize is sleep straight after Isha, which we often don't do. But if you sleep then, you sleep till midnight, till 1 o'clock, whatever it is, you will wake up totally refreshed. And they said that is the best time for you to go over, revise, memorize. My shorthand way of telling you is just look at it, ayah by ayah. It's only 5 ayahs long. Try to know that this surah is a short ayah, maybe, and it's a beautiful ayah. If we can memorize, if we can learn it, read it in your witr, read it in your whichever salah you wish to, but it's a beautiful one. So know that that's this night that's going to be coming now in Ramadan. The other beautiful thing is you don't have to pick just on one. The other beautiful thing is that of those of us who are traveling or for other reasons that we miss our last 10 days, and we're very upset when we do, whenever you make up for that fast, know that Allah in His mercy is not going to deprive you of the blessings of that time. Of course, after Ramadan, when we are fasting, we don't have that same fervor, that same zest of it, but Allah in His mercy does. He can give you exactly that. So never be despondent that you missed those last 10 days, because also this Laylatul Qadr is found in the odd nights, but the odd nights are different from one country to the other. So it's all those 10 nights. Use that for intensive ibadah. We have the time of being in itikaf, but there's a concept of khalwa, being alone with Allah. It can be from now. So if you anticipate whether you'll be traveling or for other reasons you might be missing it, even if you don't anticipate that you'll miss it, but you can up your scale from now. Maybe now you can just stay up for 20 minutes before suhoor, maybe half an hour, and hoping that by the time you get to the last ashra of Ramadan, the last 10 days, you can really be more focused, and you will have practiced enough that your body clock wakes you up at that time, whether it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, until whatever time your suhoor is at your country, you can be able to be up. So those are the kind of beautiful things. You know, the beauty of our faith is that it's never you miss this and you've lost the plot. No, the beautiful thing is this is all to encourage you to keep upping your scale, to keep moving up one notch better in your ibadah, in your just everything. You know, and the beautiful thing, ours is at every level. It's an individual, private, spiritual experience, but it's also a community spirit. And how beautiful it is when you go to the masjid, when you have the Taraweeh experience of everybody. Aren't we all a bit more hallowed, a bit more quiet? Hopefully when there's a rush to get out from the masjid in the car, we're not going to be honking away. You know, we will be maybe a bit better behaved. So these are the beautiful, beautiful things that we need to be looking at of upping ourselves both individually and socially. Use it, and we know that in fasting we don't, you know, talk in excess, we don't do A, B, and C, you know. So use this time, and they do say that we get more barakah in our time in Ramadan. The attention hopefully isn't always on the iftar time, and that we're 3 hours in the kitchen before that. But you know, for the Quran, whether you read it rote reading, whether you listen to a tilawah, whether you try to memorize something, whether you try to ponder on something, these are all beautiful moments. Pick different times, middle of the night, maybe you're alone. We have it in Surah Muzammil that you stay up. That's a good time to ponder. That's a good time to reflect. Maybe do that way. But for children, and you know, through your children, the more you're able to engage with the young ones, the more it will be easy for you to memorize. Because if they are trying to, and they come to you, Mom, can you listen to my, have I got it memorized? By dint of having heard it enough times yourself, even within a day, we will also have learnt it. So, but everything requires a bit of attention, a bit of focus. So just intend to want to come closer to the Quran. That's just my love for wanting to share it, that in this beautiful time, know that we have a super special time with so many angels taking our messages. If one misses taking our dua up, there's a whole group that's taking it. And of course it will carry weight. And with technology and everything, it's so easier to give examples to the children in this way. And but there I'll leave it. And inshallah, we'll carry on with these short surahs. And I pray that by the end of Ramadan, we will have memorized something more than we knew before. With that, I end off. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.